What is her name?
Rihanna.
Oh, I saw it. All I saw was Brian, so let's cut it up. Okay. Brianna.
What is her name? It's like Brianna. He's like, oh, I should have known. 2L.
Hey y'all, how's it going? We're back on American Airlines on flight AA90, Chicago O'Hare to London Heathrow. This flight was operated by a 3-year-old Boeing 787-800. We're sitting in the main business class cabin, which is arranged in a 1-2-1 seat layout. I'm sitting in seat 2L, which is a rear-facing seat. These seats have had a lot of controversy at AA. They're made by Zodiac Aerospace, and they are not a very good product. One of the main reasons people don't like these seats because when you sit in them, they don't feel sturdy. And you can just look at where the two headrests are for the two different seats. They're very close together. When he moves or I move, we're both going to feel it. I'm glad AA is moving away from this seat. The seat that will replace this at some point is the new Super Diamond seat, and it is a great seat. Now let's have a look around this seat. There are a few pluses to the rear-facing seat. One, it's pretty easy to access the USB charging port and the universal outlet. Two, you get 2 side tables as opposed to the one. American uses Bose noise-canceling headphones in the international Flagship business. I'm a big fan of these. They work really well. American has recently teamed up with Casper to provide the in-flight bedding, and also they have switched to Kolhan to do the amenity kits. As you can see, I was already given a choice for my pre-departure beverage, and I went with the champagne route. On international flights, American is 100%, for me at least, on serving pre-departure beverages. Much better than domestic routes. The Kolhan amenity kit is pretty cool. It comes in this little tote bag, and you get socks, eye mask, some earplugs, tissues, a dental kit which comes with a toothbrush, toothpaste, and mouthwash, and a refreshing travel kit which basically has lip balms and lotions, all of that provided by C.O. Bigelow. Also in the amenity kit, Casper has thrown in a code that you can use towards $100 off if you buy one of their mattresses. The screen on this seat is just like the reverse herringbone and all of other American products. You push the button, it pops out. But one big thing I don't like about this seat is you can tell already is the lack of privacy. And it will happen. At some point in the flight, you'll have some awkward eye contact with the person who's sitting in the middle seat that's facing forward. It's just what happens with these seats. Under the TV though is this nice little cubby, and it's always where I put my shoes. In the seat, I take my shoes off. But if I'm hopping to the bathroom, that's disgusting. Those shoes come right back on. Let's take a look at the seat controller. It kind of looks like an old iPhone, but it's really nice and intuitive. Under the custom tabs, you can save certain saved settings of seat positions. As you can tell, the different seat positions that it has on presets. And one of the big things I like is if you look at the bottom right-hand corner, there's a privacy please button. If you push that, on the outside of the seat, it'll light up and say privacy please. To the right of the seat controller is the light, and right below that light is another remote that you can control the entertainment system with. The whole thing detaches out, which makes it really easy when you're laying down. I'll go more in detail about the entertainment remote a little bit later. Now let's take a look at the menu. This flight left at 9 in the morning and arrives around 10:30 at night in London, so the menu will be a mixture of breakfast and kind of dinner-related items. After the meal choices, there's the beverage section. This includes all the alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks, and on the back of this will be the wine list. Well, it's time to taxi, and as usual, it's time for me to be quiet, so I'll see you in a little bit.
Welcome aboard. Before we depart, here are some important safety instructions. First things first, let's buckle those belts.
I know the 787 has been around for a while, but I think the electric dimming shades is still pretty cool. Although these could be a nav geek's worst nightmare. The total flight time from Chicago to London is only about 6 hours and 30 minutes. Not too long, just a little bit longer than a transcontinental flight. As per usual, right after takeoff, the flight attendants came around with a nice warm hot towel to kind of cleanse yourself up a little bit. This was extremely nice because we had just come in on a 1 in the morning red eye from LA and had like a 15-minute connection. Well, the tables are about to be set. The flight attendants came around and asked what I wanted to drink. I asked for more champagne, but the flight attendant gave me white wine. I asked to replace it with more champagne. She said they didn't have any. She was kind of hit and miss the whole flight. Later in the flight, though, there was more champagne. This is the Bloody Mary shrimp starter, and it was really good. And that fruit on the top left corner, it was very good. You can tell by the colors, it was nice and ripe. The bread choice was kind of limited. It was a regular piece of bread, a cinnamon roll, or a croissant. I went with the croissant. It was a good choice. For my main dish, I went with the steak. It came with sauteed mushrooms, 1 sausage, a quiche, and this weird little red sauce. The steak was cooked perfectly. It was a little rare on the inside and very juicy. I was impressed with this steak, since American Airlines is not really known for its catering. Now that dinner's over, I'm going to kick back and relax and flip through this entertainment system. American Airlines is known for having a robust entertainment system with great movies, TV shows, and the likes. This is the entertainment screen's remote. As you can tell, I'm really far back from the main screen, so you just pop this little guy out and you can flip through all the stuff that you normally would on the big one. When you have the seat in recline or in lay flat mode, this little remote is awesome. I normally don't do bathroom reviews on my flights just because I don't feel like they're really that good. But on this flight, the bathroom was actually really large and clean. And since it is in the business class cabin, they're going to offer you better amenities. And the lotions and soaps were provided by CO Bigelow. But on a nicer, bigger plane, I think the bathrooms are pretty cool how big they are. One of the things that I absolutely love that American has done is on these wide bodies in the business class cabin, they have put in a bar. It's a walk-up bar, and they offer all these cool little snacks from waters to cookies to banana puddings, fresh fruit cups. There's different types of sandwiches, and American, I believe, is doing a really good job with this. I've noticed some of the other carriers are starting to copy this. And of course, I came back with something from the snack bar. I got an open-faced turkey sandwich that had a cherry tomato and a little bit of pesto. It tasted really good. And one of the banana puddings, I'm a fool for that. And the flight attendant came back around and I got a refill on the champagne. After that snack, I was really tired, so I put the bed in lie flat mode, and I took a little video of this just so you can see it. But after this, I put those noise-canceling headphones on and took about a 2 or 3 hour nap. I was beat. One of my beefs with flying American in the business class cabin during kind of like daytime flights is they always keep it super dark. Luckily for this time, I really needed a nap, so it was fine. But as you'll see in the next clip, that it's not dark at all. So when I woke up from my nap, they were offering the warm nuts and a drink of your choice that they normally do in the beginning. But since this flight was in the morning, it was reverse. And so I got warm nuts and a Dr. Pepper. For the light meal / arrival meal, I went with the toasted croque monsieur sandwich. And it was pretty good. It looked horrible, but it actually tasted very nice. Really buttery though, if you couldn't tell. For dessert, they were offering mint chocolate chip ice cream from Haagen-Dazs or a gourmet cheese plate. I absolutely despise mint chocolate chip, so I went with the cheese plate. And on that cheese plate, they had smoked Gouda, jalapeno jacked, and aged white cheddar. I also asked for a glass of port, but they were out. I guess there was a lot of port drinkers on this flight. So I asked for another refill on the champagne, and what do you know, it was the flight attendant who said earlier they did not have any more. And I finished it all off with a hot coffee. I really like airplane coffee. I don't know why. So here are my final thoughts for this flight. The cabin's awesome. The seats are in a 1-2-1 layout with all aisle access. I hate crawling over people just to get out of my seat. The seat itself, it's not that good. I'm glad American decided to get rid of it because it's not very comfortable at all. And the new product, the Super Diamond seat, is very nice. I've flown it once and it's much better than this seat. The flight attendants, as always on American, it's very hit and miss. The one flight attendant that was directly in charge of my aisle wasn't as good as what I had hoped. She didn't know what drinks they had in stock and what they didn't have in stock. And she was just kind of short and just didn't really seem interested in her job. The other flight attendant, though, in the business class cabin was really good. I believe when the main one was on break, she came by and asked if I needed anything, and she got everything sorted out. And then she also informed my flight attendant that they did have more champagne, and she was really good. She actually seemed to care about her job, and then she continually checked up on me the rest of the flight. The food for this flight was really good. I enjoyed it. It tasted really good. It had good flavoring. It had good texture. It was presented nicely. And I really think that American is doing a lot better job on this. Also, the snack bar is a huge hit. Not too many people seem to go out there and check it out, which I guess is good for me because they always leave the good stuff. But it's also a nice little touch. It's nice not having to constantly ring the flight attendant if you just need a simple snack. The bedding that was provided by Casper was really nice. It gave you that little bit of extra bit of comfort, and it was a good product overall. The entertainment system American has is awesome. They have a lot of good new releases, a lot of good TV shows, and it's just real easy to use. Honestly, all American really needs to do is kind of just train their flight attendants a little bit better and make them more personable. A lot of them seem like they don't even want to be there, and when you're paying this much money for a business class flight, that's not what you want to see. You want someone there who's going to be happy that they're there, and that's going to give you a level of service that you expect. You don't want to feel like you're an inconvenience after you're paying X amount of dollars for this flight. So if American just could work on that, honestly, any little shortcomings would be completely overlooked because the products that American offers is honestly overshadowed just by the disgruntled flight attendants. And I'm not saying that all flight attendants on American are horrible. I've had some really great flight attendants. All I'm saying is that the few bad ones just kind of make you forget about the good ones, because in life, honestly, the negative does stick out more than the positive. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone who was watching this, and if you stuck around this long, give it a thumbs up. If you really didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If there's something you agree with, something you don't agree with, something you think I did wrong, something you think I could do to improve, or just a general question, leave it down in the comments. And until next time, see y'all later.